Hi there, my name is Emma Verduyn and I am coming to you guys from the great state of Texas. Today I'm going to give you a quick recap over what I learned about the state licensure in Texas for a licensed professional counselor. To get you started off, you need to obtain a 60 credit hour graduate degree in counseling from an accredited school. There are 14 course areas that are broken down into the 60-hour requirement. The 10th one, for the full list, you guys can look on the document. It's marked down there real easy for you to find. Number 10 goes into the practicum or the internship. The internship requires 300 clock hours. 100 of those clock hours is to be working directly with the clients. The last four, 11 through 14, were added after 2017, where Texas decided to make some additions to update the program, or update their graduates. These are addiction counseling, additional course in counselor ethics, couples, marriage and family counseling, and a course in psychopathology, which covers the DSM current edition and gives some better basic medical knowledge. Post-grad school, you work towards your LPCI, which is the Licensed Professional Counselor Intern. Before you apply for your licensure, you must first pass both exams. The first one is the jurisprudence exam, which is done online, and then the other one is your counselor's exam. You can choose between one of two of those, which is the National Counselor's Exam, or the NCE, or the National Clinical Mental Health Counselor Exam, or the NCMHCE. Both the NCE and the NCMHCE are taken at local testing sites and some of the major cities around Texas. Upon doing that, that is when you actually start that internship. The internship is 3,000 hours that are under an LPCS, which is the Licensed Professional Counselor Supervisor. Out of these 3,000 supervised hours, 1,500 are clock hours with direct counselor contact. You may not complete your 3,000 hours in less than 18 months. Additionally, and while you're doing this, the focus is for you to use methods and techniques that will help you develop various areas while you're working with your clients, such as mental, social, emotional, spiritual, educational. Direct supervision, meaning one-on-one with your supervisor, is required to be 4 hours per month. Texas also allows 50% of that 4-hour time to be done with your supervisor and 1, 2, or 3 other interns. And you are allowed to have up to 2 supervisors at one time. The LPC supervisor's responsibility for you during your internship is to keep very good records of each one of your sessions with your client, with your supervisor, and any documentation of some weaknesses that they felt like you had along the way, and what plan they put in place for you to improve and make your weaknesses turn to strengths. It is also their requirement to maintain their own license during your internship. The licensure title in Texas is an LPC, which stands for Licensed Professional Counselor. It is a tiered titleship. The first tier is LPCI, which is the intern. Then you transition to your LPC. After you've held your LPC for 5 years and either done some doctoral level courses or a 40 clock hour supervision course, you can apply for your LPCS to become a supervisor. An LPC in Texas is trained and competent to use methods, techniques, and modalities such as, but not restricted to, individual and group counseling, marriage, couples, family counseling, addictions, rehabilitation counseling, psychotherapy, play therapy, hypnotherapy, biofeedback, which would require additional academic hours and supervision, and expressive modalities. Some of the things that fall under the expressive modality umbrella would be dance therapy and drama therapy. Both of those seem extremely interesting, and my understanding is they would require additional hours of supervision and internship. So some of the things that LPCs in Texas are not licensed to do would be prescribing medication, ordering medical testing, and blood work. But specifically, an LPC in Texas is prohibited from administering standardized projective techniques. An example of this would be ink blot tests. Two of the credible things that I learned from this are, one, in this wonderful, great state where we go big or go home, we apparently haven't shown up to the K-Crep party. So it is currently not a requirement for LPC students to go through a K-Crep accredited graduate program. However, we all know that that was probably considered a best practice because the federal agencies do require that of us. The most surprising thing that I learned was in Rule 681.17, where it doesn't explicitly say that licensed professional counselors in Texas have to go through a background check prior to their licensure. It does, however, say that the moment a person requests someone who is either obtaining their licensure or already has it, for that person to have a background check, it is automatically granted by the state licensure board. So hopefully that didn't take too long and you had a little bit of fun watching. Thank you for taking the time. I look forward to seeing what you guys have to share about your states, and have a wonderful Thursday.